It is a one-way street. Here we see some paper through an opaque windshield, which is also paper. The transparency here is kind of doubled, then split. The windshield stands for the lens of the camera, moving light masked with black. Black, white, and moving bodies, and machines in space, like the "You Are Here" sticker on the map. But you see through it to the liveliness of the geography, past the borders, letting you locate yourself by blocking, trading orientation for location. Here is not a vertical bird's eye view, but a horizontal. Do birds look down when they fly anyway? In the hierarchy of height, you are grounded, looking onto the horizon line. The only thing dropped are the G's. Driving seems slow and monotonous compared to the liveliness of planes, satellite connections, and drones. Even slower is walking on the grass. Passive prose, adding the ing to things. You have their perspectives, your body is absent. The horizon is marked by a black line splitting the screen, but it's a gap in the window of vision itself. A collapse of window and a view into just the window, split with an artificial view staged to standard. Not a play of negative and positive, more like a sport with many rules, much like the checkered pattern on the finish line. The finish line is transfixed from a print on the road to a print on paper, stitched together. Debatable, it is two-dimensional still, but floats as a banner of a tempting goal, floating like film across the amorphic gapped frame. It twirls and twists like a naked body dancing on the tip of your nose. The syphilis trope is turned into an instant of pacing. Authority over free play, here playing freely. Pacing, through blocking of a goal, which also guides, blinding, it leads the diver straight in through the darkness. The headlights are useless to the vision of the driver. The forces that hold it up, the referee adolescent girls, stand off the track of suburban lawns. They mimic each other, bound by form. The making of suburbia, may it be reminded, mimicking the making of cars. Now, while we talk about the girls walking, then jogging, in relation, let's say for a minute that the common relationship between the finish line band and the blacked out horizon is a blinding illusion of a horizon. The horizon, like a star, is never a perfect point, a meeting of positive and negative values, an impossible zero, placeholder, an unbridgeable gap. Closer you get to it, the more impossible it is. The individuals acting as gears here are performing a timid, dualistic, choreographed jogging routine, running in an imperfect circle, bound up like gravity to each other by this cafe wall illusion that is moving from pictorial representation of checkers to a map of depth, distracting you from the flat pictorial flash of grassy undepth. It hugs the curves of the lady-bodied individuals who wear unflattering vertical stripes. The straight line is geographically binding these individuals, but their movement skews it, twists it into a dreamy, curvy, whirly wheel, which finally breaks itself apart, and they are freed into the darkness. For what sport do these individuals have the authority to regulate, to perpetuate? Rules. In these competitions, what power does one in vertical stripes have compared to the other able-bodied teams of A and B? What teams do they form together? They bear the neutralizing colors of black and white, positive and negative. They are the subjects of bodily matter. Can she outrun the linguistic system and the subjectivity it generates? Or shall they pace it? These can only exist within the background of placeholder. These cross-dressing agents are here to slow shit down. In the lack of light, they exist on the stage of the artificial. The street lamps, giving way to the reality of the virtual. The ontological stripping down of the phenomenological into concepts, reasons, and binaries. The minimal difference of the systems of our understanding. Teenagers with their daddy's car with too much time and loaded imagery on their hands. They dance around like they're playing some kind of cat's cradle. Up to no good. Disrespecting time. Disrespecting meaning. They are gossiping. Talking a lot without saying anything. The inner dialogue is not superego. Passively giving commands to our muscles to move. Ain't no feedback of loops of senses and maps. It's simultaneous somehow. Thinking, outrunning, talking, wanting, flagging, need. Collapsing the horizon, the inverse of expanding it. Trying to represent a fulcrum point or a scapegoat. Bleat.
Is it not first through the voice that we first become human? To pace all this rushing towards pleasure, turning into pain and back again? To see an expanded horizon of emergency, contingency, and flux, pacing the ghosts of these binaries between us and them. The symbolic two-tracking. Cars pass in one direction, sticking to their right, so the other car, also sticking to their right, may pass. Negotiate in limited territories of the duplicity of form. One received as learned, local, the other non-local, and must be self-organized. Flagging each other in reality. Is your property on the move? Is your home on wheels? An oversized load?